What is going on with y'all, man? It is Black Balloon, and I'm coming back with another video, so y'all already know what's going on. Alright, y'all. Clearly by the title of this video, y'all already know what we're here to talk about. Now, I wanted to jump on this video quick and kind of do it like how I used to do when I first started YouTube, and we'll come back around when things are a little bit more updated, right? So I just wanted to jump on this one real quick just to give y'all another video and talk about this real quick. Now, I wouldn't have jumped on it so quick if it wasn't young Scooter's birthday. So when I saw it hit Instagram is where I first saw the post. Then a bunch of people start hitting me up in the comments under the video that I just dropped about Scooter dying, and is this possibly, Future's sacrifice, right? Crazy thing is today is his birthday.
Andrew Smith, Atlanta Homicide Commander. We're here to discuss two events this evening. The first being from the 200 block of William Nye Drive. In Zone 3, officers responded to a dispute with a weapon. It was advised in the call remarks that shots were fired and a female was dragged back into the location. Once officers arrived, they knocked on the door. A male opened the door and immediately shut the door on the officers. The officers then established a perimeter. During the process of establishing the perimeter, two males fled out of the rear of the house. One male returned back into the house. The other male jumped two fences as he was fleeing. When officers located him on the other side of the fence, he appeared to have suffered an injury to his leg. Officers rendered aid, and he was transported to Grady Hospital, where he was pronounced deceased. That male is going to be a 39-year-old male out of Atlanta. Just to be very clear, the injury that was sustained was not via the officers on scene. It was when the male was fleeing. The second incident happened at Lucky Street and Mill Street. This call came up around 6:35 p.m. Where we had a group of individuals standing on a sidewalk. Our victim in this case approached the males. Some words were exchanged, which led to gunfire. The male that was shot is a 42-year-old male out of Charlotte, North Carolina. That male was transported to Grady Memorial Hospital, where he is currently in ICU. These two incidents are not related in any shape or form, and that's what we have for you.
Can we confirm that it's a known rapper that goes by the name of Young Scooter, the 39-year-old male?
We cannot at this point. That's a function of the Fulton County Medical Examiner's Office once they notify the next of kin, so that we were premature on that.
All I gotta say is wow. Now, all the reports was that he died by a shooting by Atlanta police, right? So in that briefing, the lieutenant of the homicide department, or whatever he said his title was, he gave a briefing about two shootings that happened close to the same time downtown Atlanta. The one that happened close to where the NCAA March Madness tournament is not Young Scooter. Young Scooter was not shot by the police, supposedly, right? The incident that involved Young Scooter, as you could hear the person at the end, one of the reporters asked, can we confirm that it was rapper Young Scooter? He said no. It has to be done by the medical examiner's office once they contact and notify family that's close to him, right? Said the incident was at a house. That story just sounds insane. Like, there has to be something missing out of that story. A male opened the door, slammed the door shut on the police. Something happened with a girl. They got called there for someone with a weapon. I don't know. It sounds confusing. Even listening to it a couple times, I still can't recite it. So two guys run out the back door. One guy comes back in the house. It's not Scooter. Scooter continues to run, jumps over two gates, supposedly. The police find him on the ground outside of one of the gates with an injury to his leg. He goes to the hospital and he dies. Man, oh man, I can't. It's not funny, but I can't, for the life of me, that does not make no sense. It's basically saying that the injury he sustained from jumping over the gate to his leg somehow killed him. I don't know. Definitely gonna have more come out about the story. I have no idea what that means. How he died from jumping the gate. Did he hit his head as well? Did he have a huge gash in his thigh and he bled out? Did he impale himself on one of the gates or something like that? I don't know. It has to be, if this is what it is, has to be some kind of freak accident, right? But then we also get to the point of who Young Scooter is actually tied to. We all know Scooter is still signed to Young Future label. We all know Young Scooter is signed to Future still. You know, free bands. We know they grew up together. He knew Future and Young Thug way before the rap stuff. And this raises questions about him being a sacrifice for Future. You know, we know Future has taken the oaths. You know, he's behind the curtains, deep in the industry, in Hollywood. He's done the blonde hair rituals. He went through that door where it's either sacrifice or, you know, it's the gay rituals. It's all kind of stuff. He went through that door. You know, it was even rumored that he sacrificed OG Double D back in those days. But there's also another story tied to that as well. Now, something I thought was also very interesting is when you go and check the Satanic calendar for, you know, the spring equinox all the way up to Good Friday and Easter, which is, you know, later next month. This is basically the time of human sacrifice, especially for males, or blood rituals, you know, human sacrifice. It literally says it on the Satanic calendar. And one thing that really caught my eye, considering that he died on his birthday, and so far, it doesn't make sense at all. That story is, I don't know, that story just really doesn't make sense. But check this out. It says the highest ritual holiday is the member's birthday. It usually involves the member or a victim of the member's choice and someone in authority, usually the coven's leader. Think about that. The highest ritual holiday is the member's birthday. It usually involves the member or a victim of the member's choice. All that makes me think about is Future possibly sacrificing him. This just doesn't make sense. And Atlanta is full of free Masonic lodges. They are everywhere. Atlanta is like the new Hollywood now. Things, you know, we know that whole thing with Dirk and Vaughn and the police being involved, all that was set up. So these people, these Freemasons here, the Fraternal Order of the Police, their captain, so on and so on, these people are all in cahoots. And I wouldn't for 1 second doubt that this was an orchestrated sacrifice right in his own city. They can put this together easy. And on his birthday, that goes with the Satanic calendar, this is the highest ritual holiday done on his birthday, 39 years old, on the 28th of March. That is insane, y'all. But for one, go back and listen to that story again in the briefing. It just doesn't make no sense. So I'm going to keep it short. I just wanted to come in and cover this real quick. You know, jump on it like how we used to do in the old days. But yeah, man, if anything comes out any further, I'll definitely do another video. Hopefully they'll fill in more details about that vague story of how he jumped the fence. Maybe he impaled himself. I don't know. Maybe it didn't happen like that at all, and this is the cover story. But I guess we'll find out more as time goes. So with that being said, man, it's Black Balloon, and I'm going to see y'all soon. I'm out.